All right, thank you, everybody. My goal is for this to be interesting, exciting, maybe make you laugh a little bit. FanRoll, we make high-end dice and accessories. Uh, we were originally Metallic Dice Games. I came in, I bought the company 4 years ago. I rebranded us as FanRoll because we do more than just metal dice. Uh, my background is I come from Hasbro Toys. I then launched my own toy company with the Mensch on a Bench. I was on Shark Tank, or as you guys know it, Dragon's Den. I partnered with Robert Herjavec up in Toronto. Uh, and then I bought Metallic Dice Games. We are 5 years of growth. And really, when I bought the company, it was a commodity-based company. Dice are a commodity. And my perspective is anything you get from us is something you cannot get from any other company. And there are really three pillars that we're on. One is we're doing innovation with Dungeons and Dragons. So we have the official Dungeons and Dragons license. Two is we are doing blind bags. As you guys know, anything in a blind bag is selling right now. And three is we're going really heavy on advent calendars. We've seen a lot of success with advent calendars. So come check out our booth. I have two apologies to make. First, I am from the US, so on behalf of the United States, I apologize. I've never met a Canadian I didn't like, so thank you guys for being so welcoming. Second apology is our booth got caught in customs, so we actually had to have somebody drive up last night through the night. All my advent calendars are not at my booth, but I do have some cool pictures to show you guys today. So when we talk about innovation in D&D and around today, I will talk a big game of all this cool stuff that we're going to put out. And a lot of times people are like, well, you guys are a newer company. I'm not sure I believe you. So to me, it's important to say, here's what we've already done. This is the stuff I talked about last year that's out. Whether that be our gelatinous cubes, our Dome of Destiny that spins around. Our number one selling product is our Fizbin's Treasure. That is where individual D20s are now as collectible as baseball cards. There are 40 different dice in that assortment. Each one is correlated to a specific dragon, and we've sold 50,000 in the past few months. Can we do the house lights down? Okay. And then our Beholder dice are really hot right now. So I will show you what's coming from D&D, but this is all stuff that you can order now. Our mystery packs are on fire. And the funny thing here is when I bought the company, there were two giant pallets that had tarps on them. And I was like, what are these? And they were like, these are the metal dice that didn't pass our quality standards. We hand check every single set. And if they're not perfect, we throw them in a corner. They had been selling those in clear bags and they weren't selling. All we did is put those in a metal bag. And we have now sold over 100,000 sets of these. The metal sets expanded where we now do resin sets, mini sets, liquid core, sharp edge, and gemstone. What makes ours different than everybody else's is any other mystery pack, you're getting a full set of dice, but they're all one color. We do a full set. So there's a D4, 6, 8, 2 10s, a 12, and a 20, but they're all different. So it's like 8 different or 7 different lottery tickets instead of just one. And then advent calendars are our other base. You will see that we started off with Christmas. We then expanded to Halloween. And then we're now doing other holidays. So we have Valentine's Day. And then for Pride Month, we actually have I like to claim the first gay dragon in history. So this is the rainbow dragon. As you open that up, each die is a different pride flag theme. That sold out last year. We're bringing it back this year. So today I'm going to just debut what is coming. So first for spring, this is stuff that is shipping right now. First off, we have our Beholder dice. This tells the story of an adventurer that died by gelatinous cubes. Sorry. So you can see the shield, the bone, the skull, the spell book. But I'm going to ask you a question that I don't think you've ever thought about. You ever thought about how gelatinous cubes reproduce. Because if you have baby gelatinous cubes, you need the mama gelatinous cube. So we made the giant sharp edge gelatinous cube. It has a beholder skull inside. This is a really nice collectible desk piece, and it's shipping now. This is our dragon scale line. So this is shipping now is the gold. Coming soon is the silicone red dragons. And over the next few years, we're going to do the 5 chromatic dragons, the 5 metallic dragons. So these are at the booth. Really nice feel where they have the dragon scale patterns on them. And this is the holy grail for us. So please come by our booth, check these out. I'm going to hand one of these to go around. Yes, you have to give it back. So normally when we do our first production run, we make about 5,000 of each item. As I said, 50,000 of these have been sold this year alone. The goal was to make dice as collectible as baseball cards. And how do we do that? So it's a unique size. It's a unique mold. So you know that these are coming from Fizbins. There's a QR code inside each treasure chest. Takes you to a website where each die is correlated to a specific dragon. And Fizbins is the book that's all about dragons. Liquid core, enamel-filled metal, dragon scale, hollow dice, gemstone, all these different possibilities. So it's very different from your typical blind pack where there's a lot of variety. Okay, so next up, let's talk about what are we doing that's not branded with other people. So doing licensing is a big part of what we do, but we're also going to have innovation on our own. So first up, this is my favorite item this year. This is our dice pen. So what we did is we created a pen with a dragon wrapped around it. Inside the pen are dice, and the bottom pops off, and you can release your dice. And this is the first time it's being debuted, and I have it right here. So you can see bottom just kind of give a twist, pops right off, and you just take that plug out. So also a working pen. So it's a working pen for your DM. They can have dice with them at any times, and there's this really nice dragon wrapped all the way around it. Early pre-orders have been really strong on that. It's a $20 US price point, so it's a great entry-level price point, and it's a great value. When you hold it, you feel like you're holding a wand. And it writes nice. Okay. Next one, I don't know how it's going to go over in Canada. It's a very US-based item. In the US, we love our bullets. So these are our bullets dice. We have 2 sets. We have the Vampire Hunter, and then we have our Gunslinger. And the Vampire Hunter are blood splattered. So we have a full set of 7. Online on Amazon, bullet dice are one of the top selling items. So we want to put out an appropriate item for that. We'll see how that does in Canada. But in the US, they like what they like. Next up, FanRoll Advent Calendar. So we started off with Advent calendars around Christmas. We have grown into doing those for Halloween as well. We do 2 Halloween Advents. One is a D&D 10 Days of Doom, where we only put 10 items in there. This one is 31. I did talk to some consumers today. Because of the price difference, this is about $100 ring in Canada. So I would say don't go too heavy on it. I don't want anybody to get burned. But in terms of what we put in there, it looks like it's a coffin. And then inside we have blood speckled dice. We have werewolf dice. We have a full set of mini dice. We have a very cool metal D20 that comes out on the last day. So it really is a great value. And new for this year is our Santa-based advent calendar. In the past, we've just kind of gone with basic colors. We decided to push this and go even friendlier and just embrace the Santa theme. So this year, there are polar bears inside of the dice. This guy is let's see, we have the snowman on here, and then the mini set are red and green themed. Now, we did hear feedback that, hey, this might be a too high of a price point, but we like the idea of what you're doing. And for those people, we have our new Santa dice. So you get Santa in the D20, you get your reindeers in all of the other dice. And this is approximately $19.99 US. Any questions before I go into licensed products? All right. All right. For this, please no photography. I would like to keep my Dungeons and Dragons license for the next year. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Okay, so the number one item we have right now is our Beholder dice. So the Beholders inside of the dice, we are doing that as part of our monster line. Next up are the Mind Flayers. We know that this one's going to be a win. Next up, we challenged ourselves to say, what's at the table that we can do? What's another reason for being? Kind of like the dice pen. A lot of people are doing dice jails, right? So when your dice rolls poorly, you put it in jail. For us, this is going to look like a gelatinous cube that comes over your die and eats your die. This is made to work with our Fizbin-sized dice. So we'll work with regular sized dice as well as oversized dice. $19.99 US price points. So we're trying to go for those lower entry level price points. On the other end of the price point scale, we have a really nice dragon hex tray that's a storage tray. So has the red dragon artwork, and then along the sides you can store, it's about 50 different dice, has a nice embossed foil lid on that you put on top as well. Now, D&D is going to be focusing on Ravenloft. They've now talked about that. So we have our Ravenloft line. Starts off with the oversized D20, so it matches the Fizbin size. The myths are a big part of Ravenloft. So the myths are how you transport into the horror-based worlds. So it's a liquid core die themed to the mist. We then have Strahd is obviously the big villain of Ravenloft. So we need to do Strahd. Kind of love this piece of artwork. And then you're saying, Neil, why is there all this dead space up top, right? Did you mess that up? No, this is our dice tower. The dice tower snaps right into the dice tray so you can use them together. So you drop in the tower and it rolls right onto Strahd. Well, while you're using Strahd, what dice are you going to roll with my new dice and my new tower? You're going to roll your new Ravenloft Barovian Bat Inclusion dice. Another addition to our monster dice. These came out really nice. And then finally, if we got a big vampire and it's going to be next fall, we got to do an advent calendar around it. So this advent calendar will feature some really cool colors. We're going with this neon theme. It will have this artwork on a dice tray. So where the other advent calendar for Halloween is all dice, this one has dice tray, dice bag, and is a little bit different. And then the big advent calendar that we ended the year with last year was Frost Maiden's Aurora. This was probably the nicest piece we've ever done. D&D is going to announce what their After Ravenloft theme is. When they do, just know that we will have a advent calendar here for it, and it will be of the same quality that we did last year. I think this is one of the best things we've ever done, and I feel really good about what we're doing this year as well. As we continue to find new reasons for people to bring us to the table, if you come by our booth, we have the Orb of Possibilities. So that is the dome that the dice does the spinning in. It's the automatic dice spinner. We wanted to challenge ourselves to go beyond that. So this is called the Decision Die. This is a combination of a Magic 8 Ball and a D20. So absolutely love this. You shake this, it gives you advice as if you're an adventurer. So they'll say, critical miss, critical hit. D&D helped us come up with sayings. And it's approximately the same size as a Magic 8 Ball. $24.99 US dollars. So again, keeping that price point relatively low for what this is. And I love the look of this. That ends our D&D line. We are working with other licenses. So we're always looking for new and unique things to do. The most highly anticipated new game or new property coming out is Legends in the Mist this year. So these are Legends in the Mist Acorn dice. These went out. They were on their Kickstarter. They sold out. We're doing a one-time limited production run. So I would say this is a one and done to kind of celebrate what they're doing. The other thing we're seeing in the market is Sirius. Our competitors have done really well with their adventure packs. We want to put out something competitive, but we want to add more value. So we have partnered with World's Largest Dungeon, and these are our answer to that. So as part of this, you will get a coin, a bag, a full set of dice, a special themed monster die, and we're adding an STL file where you can go in and print one of their 8 mini characters. And that's all for a $19.99 US price point. So we're trying to beat them on value. We worked out a deal with World's Largest Dungeon, and the royalty rate is very reasonable for us, where we're putting all the money back into the product. We also love how this looks, where it's an experience of sticking your arm into the dungeon. Our friends at Catan are here. We continue our partnership with Catan with 3 new items. We launched our Masterpiece series on Kickstarter. We did over $500,000 worth of Catan premium accessories. The top 3 are being released. Number 1 are the blind bag robbers. So you get a chance to get different colors, all the way up to your mythic gemstone. We also have these casino-style, sharp-edged, shiny dice that are really nice expression and entry-level price point. Now, if you are played Catan, you play as one of 4 or 6 colors, depending on if you're playing up to 6-player, but it's always the same shape. So we want to have some fun with that. What if you got to pick the civilization that you played as? What if you were the Aztecs? Or what if you were the Greeks? So these are full sets. They come with, I think it's 20 roads, 5 cities, 4 civilizations. This one you can take a picture of. This one's cool. And it's a $14.99 US, so it's about a $20 ring. And then we're working on a really nice PDQ display that will work with Asmodee to get this out to you guys. So that is just about the presentation, but there's always a little bit more. So any questions before but wait, there's more. Yeah. We do have some D100s on the site. Let me talk to the team and we can get those listed for you.
Hold on one second.
Just want to make sure that everybody hears. Thank you. We've had a few requests. They were available in past. The D20s, but sort of more of a 35. Magic players like those. Oh, they're heavy weighted. They sit on the table. But I imagine if you did like Liquid Core or something cool, I don't know if that might be.
Yeah, we've kicked around the idea of doing countdown. So you can have your D20 that's regular, or you can have countdown where all the numbers are sequential. And the Magic players like it for life counters. So we do have some of those. We've tried to get the Magic license to do some more special stuff with them. We haven't cracked that nut yet, but know that we want to. We hear you.
You mentioned at one point if D&D announced anything in the future. I know that they have Arcana Unbounded and like a Red Wizards of Thay adventure coming out late in the year, I assume you're going to have a line of things out for that. I assume we don't necessarily know what.
So
but-
because you said the word, and I mean, the advent calendar is Red Wizard theme. So it's a really cool, we're laying into green colors and skulls and magic and Zaztam, and it's going to be really cool. And then for spring, we're now working with them on a year from now what that line looks like. But the advent calendar will be Red Wizard theme. And I thought they had announced it, but they're so tight about no leaks that I did not want to be the one to show anything Red Wizard before we're supposed to.
Someone on the internet knew about it, so it wasn't you leaking.
I'm not officially saying that. I'm just saying if they were to do a Red Wizard, I would love to do an advent calendar.
That's a great idea. You should definitely bring that to them.
I'm going to bring that to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Catan, we have Dungeons and Dragons, like we have the biggest licenses out there. What more could we ask for? We have partnered with Marvel, and coming out next year, we're going to have our Marvel Multiverse lineup. This is not done in that, everything is not licensed or approved, but I want to give a sneak peek of the type of stuff we're looking at. This is what I think the lead item will be. It is a blind pack that has dice, and if you play the Marvel game, you get 3d6s. So 2 of them are the same, and 1 of them has the Marvel logo, a dice bag, a coin, and an Infinity Stone. So we think this at a $19.99 price point, with all the different characters and then different rarity arcs on the different characters, is going to be a really fun play. We have the Infinity Stones as part of this. So as we thought about packaging, what could be cool to play in with the Infinity Stones? So we love this packaging where you get to literally stick your arm inside the gauntlet to pick these out. So by the time we're here next year, these will hopefully be shipping. But I want to give kind of a sneak peek of, hey, we're excited about what's coming. That's all I got.
Any other questions, anyone?
That's a lot of newness for 1 year. So we're having a blast. I love listening to the feedback. So come by our booth. If there's something we can do to help you. We had somebody today who said, hey, they bought too many advent calendars last year for Halloween. We're going to send them some free stuff so they can do gift with purchase. Like, we're here to support you guys. So let us know what we can do to do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Neil.